We were not in touch for a while. A message. Haven't spoken to you in a while. Just checking in to make sure you are okay.
There is a dress hanging in a photo studio somewhere in Oregon, and it costs $140. It is not particularly heavy. It has mesh side panels the size of playing cards, a racerback cut, striped tape running along the trim, and a shade of blue that Nike, in its own product catalog, calls Old Royal. It is the dress Alex Eala will walk onto the courts of Flushing Meadows wearing later this month. Right now, in the second week of August, that dress is doing something strange. It is being studied, photographed, reposted, screenshot, and sent between group chats in Manila and Quezon City and Cebu and Toronto and Los Angeles and Dubai. A piece of polyester and elastane has become, for about 120 million people counting the diaspora, a small national event. And the reason it has become that is not entirely or even mostly about tennis. It is about what a country does when one of its own is finally handed something that looks like a flag, even if the company that made it never used that word. To understand why this dress matters, you need two facts from the past 10 days. First, on August 3rd, the WTA released its updated rankings, and Alex Eala entered the top 20 for the first time in her career at world number 20. She is the first Filipina in history to sit in that room. Second, she got there because 6 days earlier in Washington, D.C., she won her first WTA singles title without any margin of comfort. She beat Zheng Qinwen, Leylah Fernandez, Elina Svitolina, Naomi Osaka, and Jessica Pegula in succession. Every one of them a Grand Slam finalist or a current top 10 player. The last woman to defeat the top 3 seeds on the way to a title was Barbara Krejcikova at Dubai in 2023. That is the tennis behind the dress. Now, the dress itself. Here is the thing the title of this video says, and here is the thing the title does not say. The word being circulated online is custom. Custom kit, custom drop, custom Nike design for Alex Eala's U.S. Open debut in her new ranking bracket. And Nike has, in fact, unveiled the exact garment she will wear in a colorway that fans are treating as unmistakably Filipino. But if you read carefully, and this is where honesty starts to matter more than momentum, the Nike Court Slam women's tennis dress in Old Royal is not, strictly speaking, custom designed for her alone. According to Sports Illustrated's tennis desk, the same silhouette will appear on other Nike athletes at the same tournament. Aryna Sabalenka is wearing a companion piece from the same basketball-inspired collection, the one with the netting-style mesh that drew a mixed reaction online last week. Eala is being used, in the most literal marketing sense of the phrase, as the face of a design that other players will also wear. She is a Nike athlete. She is not yet a Nike signature athlete. There is a difference, and the difference is the entire story. Because what Nike has done here, whether the company would phrase it this way or not, is release a garment through the person most likely to make it mean something. That is not a scandal. That is not exploitation. That is corporate marketing behaving exactly as corporate marketing behaves. What is interesting, what is worth 17 minutes of your evening, is what happens next. Because a country has looked at a generic dress in Old Royal blue and started filling in the meaning the company did not print on the tag. And that, in the history of every athlete who ever became bigger than their contract, is usually how it begins. Let's take this piece by piece, because the details are where the actual story lives. The dress Nike Court Slam women's tennis dress, product code IM9420-417, retailing at $140 on Nike's own website. Deep royal blue body, black and white outlines, mesh panels running along the sides and back for ventilation, cut in what Nike describes as basketball-inspired large hole netting. Racerback silhouette designed to sit clean under the swoosh medium support bra, striped tape at the trim. Nike's marketing copy for the dress uses the phrase "strike first." That is the object. That is what she will wear on television, in front of some of the largest audiences of her life from August 24th through however far she goes. The timing. This kit reveal did not arrive at a random moment on the calendar. It arrived the same week she debuted in the WTA Top 20. It arrived 6 days after she lifted her first tour trophy. It arrived 2 weeks before her second ever main draw appearance at the U.S. Open. Nike did not stumble into this window. Companies do not stumble into windows. Nike's actual position in tennis right now. This is the piece most viewers don't know, and it changes how you read the dress. According to Sports Illustrated's analysis published this month, Nike currently has exactly one female tennis signature athlete on its global roster, Naomi Osaka. That's it. Qin Wenjing has a collection, but it's only available in Asian markets. On the men's side, Jannik Sinner had his Fox logo teased almost 2 years ago at the ATP Finals in Turin, and it still hasn't produced a full signature line. Carlos Alcaraz's signature logo has been trademarked, but never publicly launched. Nike, the same company that once dressed Nadal and Serena, is now watching Adidas eat into a market it used to own. The U.S. Open, in Nike's internal language, is a home game, and they are being outplayed. That is the commercial vacuum into which Alex Eala just walked. A 21-year-old Filipino with 7 top 10 wins this season, a career-high ranking, and the kind of story that markets itself in 17 languages at once. If you were sitting in a conference room in Beaverton, Oregon, staring at a projection screen, you would do exactly what Nike just did. You would put a dress on her and see what the market says back. Now, and this is important, Nike has already done the actual custom work for Alex Eala, quietly, before now. Last year, tied to her Vogue Philippines cover, Nike released a small limited edition capsule called In Full Bloom. It featured the sampaguita, the national flower of the Philippines, designed by a Manila-based artist named Georgina Camus, rendered against a stylized tennis court background. There was a shirt, there were accessories, there was most tellingly a hair tie with the sampaguita motif, and Nike confirmed publicly that particular piece was made exclusively for Eala's own use and would not be sold commercially. That is what genuinely custom looks like. That is the real precedent. The old royal dress is louder. It reaches more people. It sits inside a Grand Slam broadcast rather than a magazine cover shoot. But the intimate work, the flower, the hair tie, the country's fingerprint on the garment, Nike has already done that. So when Filipino fans look at the new dress and ask, is this ours in the way the sampaguita was ours, they are not asking a naive question. They are asking whether the appetizer is going to become the tasting menu. Now step back for a moment, because tennis is being made to carry a lot in this story, and it is worth remembering that Eala has actually earned every gram of the weight. 5 matches at the DC Open, Zheng 4-6, 6-4, 6-1, coming back from a set and a breakdown. Fernandez, tour-tested and dangerous on hard courts. Svitolina, the 3rd seed, an Olympic bronze medalist. Osaka, 4-time Grand Slam champion, playing her way back to relevance. Pegula, the top seed, in the final. Nobody breezed through. Every match was contested. 2 of those wins pushed her season total of top 10 victories to 7. Tied for the most on tour with Svitolina and Elena Rybakina. She is not being marketed. She is being reported.